Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about the Dungeons & Dragons inspired brand Quest's End. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Royce Neely, Kathy Cool, and Katie Joyce.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, so we are going to be talking about this new brand, Matthew Lillard's Dungeons & Dragons bourbon brand. Should be interesting. We'll talk a little bit about Matthew Lillard. Who is he? What is he doing? Well, we'll find out about this. Kathy's done some research. It'll be fun. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
Yeah, so when you're packing for an upcoming trip, do you have a strategy for approaching it? So Mike, I asked this because I've gotten lazy about packing lately. I'm just going like weekend trips, but I've got Ireland coming up. And so I'm kind of reapproaching my strategies for packing. Okay. And if anyone has any tips or strategies that they always use.
My kid's in Ireland right now, actually. So
hey, look at that.
How about that? If you need any tips, we'll let you know. Yes. Okay, Kathy, you said you had a tip. What do you got?
Yes, overpack.
Overpack.
Well, that's
a good
mine
one.
as well. Yeah,
that's a good one.
So I always overpack.
Yeah, we were told how many bags we could have, and I immediately told John, "You have one less. I'm taking one of your bags." Okay. So
and
overpack is the answer. Yes.
Plan your space for what you're going to bring back with you.
That's where it can come in handy to throw away underwear as you go. That's what I've always done.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you
really good packing.
You got your old underwear, you just throw it out. And my underwear, they're pretty good size.
That's like a pound at most, though.
Yeah, well, my drawers are pretty big, so get some room in the suitcase for sure. Bring home souvenirs. Yeah, so that's the thing. For me, the packing strategy is, now I don't actually pack the suitcase, but I have to put all my own stuff out. So I like to do it in advance so I don't forget anything. I like piling stuff up. Be like, okay, socks, underwear, t-shirts, shirts, shorts, or whatever I'm wearing. And I like to get all that out in advance because I feel like if I'm packing at the last minute, that's when I forget stuff. That's when I forget stuff. So,
but here's what I've learned, which is the most important thing.
Yes.
Usually when you forget something, you can buy it at your destination.
Yeah. When you're your size, yes.
It's not
worth
losing
do
your
other
mind
countries actually have your size is the question.
And not me. I can't go shop off the rack. I'm too big. I'm too big.
Do I need pants? I'm screwed. All my pants are special order in order to get everyone full-length pants.
You're not going to forget things like pants because you lay out your outfits for every day.
You underestimate me.
Lay out your outfits for every day and then give yourself like your 2 or 3 bonus outfits for weather conditions.
This is a tip that works for most people. I get that, but it's not. Well, you're talking to the wrong audience. So, if Katie and I are ordering special things, which we both have to do, so that's like Kathy will be talking like, why does everyone bitch about the lack of legroom in airplanes?
Oh my God,
there's so much legroom. My God, there's legroom for days in front of these. Why are
my feet don't even touch the ground.
They sometimes don't.
Oh my God.
He's like, oh, there's so much. We need less. They could get 2 or 3 more rows in here. What are they doing?
So I have a side shoot question for you.
Okay.
I traveling once, I purchased an aisle seat for the convenience of aisle seats because I like to be able to get up and go to the bathroom when I want to go to the bathroom.
Sure. Okay.
A very, very, very tall man comes up and he's in the middle seat. And he looks at me with my toes barely touching the floor and says, "Do you mind trading?" And I said, "I'm not trading because I paid extra for the aisle."
Right.
And I planned. And I feel like
you planned. He did not. Yeah.
Yeah, that was super rude of someone with assigned seats to ask you to trade. That was
rude. I fucking hate that shit. That pisses me off.
Yeah. You were in the right. You were in the right.
I'm tall, and so therefore I plan. Like, if he didn't plan, that's his fucking fault.
Yeah, that's his fault.
He knew his height coming onto that plane. He should have
He was fucking surprised when he got oh my god, I'm tall.
I'm 6'4" today. Who would have thought?
Holy shit, I'm tall.
Just so you guys know, every row is an exit row for me.
Yeah.
There's that much.
God, I hate you.
Yeah.
I am like being 5'3".
I am proud of you for not just even though you've been like, it sucked, I paid extra. I'm proud of you that you didn't trade. You shouldn't have had to. It sucks that guy put you into that awkward situation, but that's how people suck.
Don't ever give up your seat.
No.
Ever.
No.
Ever give up your seat. Yeah. I've had way too many people try to not even trade seats with me. They're accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally in my seat. I have never fucking given someone my seat that I have chosen.
I would love to be there when someone was sitting in Beka's seat. Oh my god, I want to be one aisle away and be like with my drink just sitting there, like, please try to tell me that your seat is her seat.
It's never been a problem because I just go, so that's my seat. Like, I just I thought, and I go, yeah, that's my seat. So
yeah,
they're like, well, so my husband, I'm like, it's my seat. I just stare at them and they just leave.
Run away.
I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
I have 2 seat stories.
2 seat stories.
2 seat stories. The first story happened.
We're doing them no matter what. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, 2 of them, both of them. You're getting them both. Scott and I were traveling, and we were on Southwest, and we get our seats. And then, of course, we have the mother and the daughter that want to sit together.
Okay.
And you should have fucking paid for priority boarding then.
Right.
Not your fucking fault. Continue, please.
The funny thing is, me being the extrovert and him being the introvert, he was like, we should do this for them. I'm like, I don't care. So I move into a horrible middle seat. And I'm making friends with the people next to me.
Sure.
And we're having fun. And we get off the plane and Scott goes, I'm never doing that again. I had to sit between 2 huge sweaty people, and it was horrible. So, you know what you're doing.
Yep. All right.
The second one, we went to, my best friend and I, growing up, her dad took us to California, and then he put us on a plane while he went to some convention, and we had to fly through Dallas. So we get to Dallas, and we get off the plane, and we're like 11, and I've got brown paper grocery bags full of stuffed animals and 16 carry-ons. This was back when you could go to the gate.
Right.
Oh yeah, with the people. Yep.
Yeah. So we get to Dallas, and the flight attendants take us to this person, and they say, these young ladies need to get on this flight at this time. And he said, okay. So we sit in the terminal, a plane comes, the guy in the wheelchair's loaded in, other people are loaded in, but the guy doesn't come and tell us to get on the plane, so we don't get on the plane.
Oh, God.
8 hours later, another plane shows up, and I say, this has to be our plane, because no other plane has been here. So we just get on. And we take all of our grocery bags full of stuffed animals, and we just pick 2 empty seats and sit down. The same flight attendants were on that flight. And they come up to us and they're like, ladies, what are you doing here? We're like, well, this was the next plane that showed up, so we just got on. And then they took us off and we had to get a different flight home because that was not our plane.
Oh my God.
Where were you going to be going? Do you know?
No idea.
Damn. That's
Oh my
opportunity
Back
lost.
to your original destination.
Honolulu.
That's
maybe.
where you came
Like
from.
two
Oh,
11-year-old
God.
kids with like all these stuffed animals just hanging out in the airport for 8 hours, unattended.
Yeah. These days, that would make the news. You'd be a millionaire right now. Southwest would have been like, oh, yeah, we just got to pay.
No, but so my goddaughter, she's 18 now, but when she was younger, she would fly back and forth between North Carolina to see her best friend. And the story she told me of like some flight attendants would like actually pay attention and like walk her to the gate, see if she needed to like stop for a drink, go to the bathroom, etc. Other ones were like, you know how to get to B4, right? Just walk to gate B4, and would leave her on her own when she was like 12 years old. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
God.
I was like, they did what now? And she's like, yeah, I mean, I made it. I knew how to get to gate B4. And I was
I know
like,
how to get to B4.
hold the fucking phone. I was like, they did what? I was like ready to lose my shit. I was like, did you tell your parents this? I'm like, because we have a lawsuit on our hands right now.
Right.
Oh God.
Like you are
Katie?
an unaccompanied minor under all definitions. Like,
Yeah.
The only advice I have for you for packing, just to get back to your original question, my advice I have for you for packing is make sure we always pack extra underwear, but on top of packing extra underwear, make sure you pack extra underwear in case you shit your pants.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Comes
You
in
always pack
handy.
extra underwear, but like make sure you, on top of the extra underwear, pack extra underwear on top of that, just in case. You never know when you'll poop your pants.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a very important thing.
When did you poop your pants, Miss Beka Sue?
Everyone poops their pants, Kathy. Everybody
It's a
poops their
book.
pants.
Everybody
that's
That's a
that's a known fact. Everybody poops their pants. The other thing, Katie, is you have an iPhone, don't you?
Yep.
In the Notes app, you can like literally just set a whole thing that you can like hit little check marks for
Oh,
you can just
yeah.
put your whole thing on there, and
I
you
do
can
that
just
on the
start writing
daily.
down.
That's how
Yeah,
I get through each day of my life.
I know.
My
So
notes
I
app
use
with
that
to-dos.
whenever I'm going on big vacations. I use that for like things I need to make sure I bring, and then I can check it off on that. But
That is brilliant for like the morning of things when you're like my pillow that I want to pack, or like my toothbrush, like the last minute morning things that you want to pack, to have it in that notes. That's a good one to use.
Yep, contacts, your sunglasses, all those silly things, and make sure you pack enough underwear.
Yeah. Enough underwear in case you shit yourself. There you go.
In case you
The
poop your
tip of the
pants.
day. Tip of the day. There you go.
Tip of the day.
All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Royce. Royce, what do you got?
I am drinking some Hidden Barn. This was our partner's batch, which is available at the distillery.
Ooh.
Oh, I think it felt like it would have been a winner, but Katie just over it.
I feel like it should count for extra. Because
No.
I
It sounded very solid, Royce, but
Katie.
Katie talked over you there, so we can't count that. I'm sorry. That was not like a beautiful cork pop. I've got Jack Daniel's number 27 here. That's right. That's not number 7. This is number 27. It's the gold, highly coveted. So here we go. That's going to take our lead. Since Katie
I didn't hear
shit.
It was enough. It wasn't loud.
My
It was
talking
enough.
of a ooh was way better than your nothing.
No, we have to.
Literally
You've
nothing
been
at all.
overvoted.
It was
Kathy
enough.
and I vote. Rose still has the lead.
It was enough. We'll
2
see.
versus
All right.
1.
We'll
Royce
see
is
if it
winning.
holds up. We'll see if it holds up.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Let's go with Katie. Katie, what do you got?
I am fighting a dog. And Jesus Christ, Midas.
Give him a pillow. He'll be fine.
Okay, all right. There we go. I have Art of the
He's like, oh,
Spirits,
yeah.
the
There it
Easy
is.
Elegance.
Oh, those are good corks.
Yeah.
Move it down here.
Dog just gets right into it too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He loves that pillow. Oh. She's. I got. You know what? I got to respect Royce for not talking over Katie's there after what she horribly
I
did to
know.
him.
You really should have,
Watch
honestly.
the dog.
Yeah, he's too busy.
No,
watching
right?
the dog.
Like, no one ever stay in Katie's guest room.
Right.
No.
Pillows. Ever.
I promise, if
pillow's a
anyone
little
ever
crusty.
stays in my guest room, I put clean sheets on it the
Oh.
night before you arrive, and
Yeah.
I close the door so the dogs have no access. I promise.
I would
you.
hope so.
Humping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Beka, what do you got?
I have some, let's see here, some Boxing Bear whiskey.
Okay.
Oh,
Katie talked over yours.
Katie's making
Too.
fucking sounds again. My God.
That's how you win these things. You just talk over all your competition. Yeah.
hold on.
Nicholas paid her
I had
off.
more commentary for that, and I stopped just in time. I heard her cork pop.
Oh,
I heard it.
you were still talking. You were still moaning in the background.
Yeah.
Because I was getting ready to keep talking. I had
That
to
was
stop
the-
myself. But
That
I
was
still
the
heard it.
dog.
That was the
There's
dog,
the dog
moaning.
moaning in the
The
background.
dog was
Right?
moaning in the background. Yeah.
He just meant it.
Yeah, it was like, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
This pillow. Mm.
All right, Kathy, you're next.
So I have an interesting acquisition.
Okay.
It's Kentucky Owl, the
Okay.
Takumi edition. It's
Yeah.
limited
Oh,
release.
yes. She didn't buy that. Kathy Rockefeller bought that. So,
Yes, she did.
They had
Kathy
that.
Rockefeller is not allowed to go to the ABV barrel shop
I
anymore.
found that at a decent price at a Publix.
I'm sure I paid twice as much.
Yeah, it was a random fucking place in Missouri, and I
Uh-huh.
walked into a Publix, and they had that, and I was like, "Are you shitting me?" I was like, "Sure, I'll buy this at MSRP. Why not?"
I don't know what MSRP is. I don't know what I spent on it. I just know that the electricity in my house, it gets to go on for one more month.
Okay.
Not even
Not enough.
Poor-
Not
I think that
enough.
should have been the winner because she doesn't have the mic. I feel like that was the winner.
No.
You got to put
Kate-
the asterisk.
Katie wins.
the
Katie
mic
wins.
in it.
She cheated her
Kathy
way to
wins.
winning.
Good job, Kathy. Or really Beka or Royce, who I both
Yeah.
spoke over.
She
Good
did.
job,
No.
Neely.
Good job, Katie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't that like all
You really
four
hit it
cork
out of the
puffs
park.
tonight, Katie? Didn't you win all of them?
This is the third, not the fourth, but thank you.
Yeah, we still have one more. We'll see what happens. Yeah. All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this new Dungeons & Dragons bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at neelyfamilydistillery.com.
This is Denny Kennard, and my alter drinking Edo is Freddie Miller. I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the Dungeons and Dragons bourbon.
Yes, we are. So the brand is called Quest End. It comes in at 100 proof, and it's Blue Run's putting this together. They're the distillery behind the brand, so obviously they source products. So they're buying whiskey and they're putting it out for Matthew Lillard, who's apparently an actor of some. I only know him from Scream and Scooby Doo, but Beka claims he's in a lot of stuff. And then we said name some stuff, and then she named one. She's like, "Well, you guys would have never seen that." And then
I mean, you guys wouldn't know SLC Punk. That's like, I mean, it's a punk show. He was in She's All That. He was in 13 Ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Without a Paddle. He was in
Without a Paddle.
Yep.
Oh, I know this guy now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Scream 3. He's in all the Scream
Without a Paddle.
movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he died in the first Scream movie.
He's in
Not
the
in
other
real
one.
life.
He's in Scream 4.
It's a movie,
He's in-
Kathy.
It's a movie. Kathy.
He's not
It's
actually.
real.
Yeah, he's in Scream. He's in Scream 4. He's in Scream 3. He's in
Summer Catch?
Literally. Yep, Summer Catch.
Oh god, I fucking love that movie.
Lies.
True Lies. What? With
literally
Arnold
every
Schwarzenegger?
Hallmark movies? Like, what is this?
A little bit, yeah. Some of
No,
the
he's
She's
in
All
like-
That
he's
and the
in, like,
Summer Catch, yeah.
horror movies, and he's in Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
And like some teen thrillers and stuff like that.
I thought he was
Back
good
in the
in
day.
Scooby Doo. Again, my daughter was that age where those are movies she wanted to see when she was a kid, so we wouldn't go see those. And they were decent in terms of stuff you have to watch that is geared towards kids. But I thought he did a good job of creating some of those. Creating a cartoon character into live action just doesn't work. But I thought he was decent in that. So yeah,
He's
I can
an
see him
entertaining actor.
taking that role.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked him in Scream as well, so he was good in that.
I did not watch Scream, but I've seen him in all the other things.
Okay.
Does a dog die in the movie?
If there's a
There's-
dog in
there's
the
no
movie,
dog deaths
I
in the
usually
movie.
don't watch it. So
Scream.
Well, that's why I would think you didn't see it. Because
I can't take the risk.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
take the risk. Okay.
If I start the movie and there's a dog in it, I pause it and I make John look it up on doesthedogdie.com to see if I can continue watching it or not. And we've had a few movies where he looks it up and he's like, sorry, you got to walk away. And I will go do something else and he'll watch the rest of the movie.
Okay.
It happens.
Well,
That's
there you go.
divergent again from our topic.
Okay. So, what? First of all, Kathy's got some information. What? You have a little bit more information about this. What do you know about this, Kathy?
I do. I have more information.
Okay.
So, this product, I feel like if you're going to do a celebrity brand, first of all, I think the bottle's really pretty.
Okay.
Well, I didn't even look that up.
Okay. There's the bottle. It's beautiful. It's breathtaking. It looks like it's also small hand approved.
I
So
think
Darren-
it is small hands
On the
approved.
side, yeah.
Yeah, from the side, I think Darren would.
Or
he'd
those
give
of
that
us
to the
blessed with
sticker.
large hands can just go in from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey now.
What she said.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough.
So the fun thing about this is it's going to, I mean,
The other dog's like, "Why is this
People
pillow
like
moist?
bourbon.
What's going on with the pillow? It's moist."
but
He's upset.
That's a
He's
different
really
dog.
upset about it.
Right. And that's why I'm saying the dog doesn't know what's going on. It's like, what the hell's going
The
on with
other
this
one's
pillow?
destroying toys below
Okay.
the
No.
table.
Well, yeah, smoking a cigar is what it's doing. So, yeah.
He would if I would allow it inside the house.
yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Sorry, Kathy. Go ahead.
it's okay. I mean, so he's got somebody who is certified as a game designer for D&D.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
but do we have more details on that? Of like how certified?
Yeah,
are
we
they?
do, Katie.
Thank you. Will you please continue?
I would like to.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is called Quest's End Paladin. So they're picking like different types of characters that you can do in D&D, and then she's writing a story, like a game story, and that goes with the bottle.
Okay.
So the next 3 releases will be Rogue,
Okay.
and Warlock, and Dragon.
Okay.
Wow.
Katie, do you have other questions for me?
Yeah, no, I yelled at John to come in here to get because he's the one who actually plays D&D. So they have a certified D&D. Was it game
She's
designer?
a certified dungeon master and game
Oh
designer.
God, dungeon
My
master.
game designer.
She said.
I know. She's a dungeon master. Right?
They call them DMs. I found out. I've listened to D&D now. I'm
No.
like right there.
They're going to try and make the flavor profile represent the unique character. How do you represent a flavor profile of a dragon? Is that going to be like a spicy?
Hot and fiery.
Probably smoky, but then I feel like that doesn't go with anyone who enjoys bourbon. That, like, because I don't enjoy any kind of smoke.
A little bit more
Well, let's talk
gassy
about what the
than-
paladin tastes like.
Okay.
The paladin tastes like vanilla and fruit, and that's it.
Okay. Ask John, is he excited about this? So he plays Dungeons and Dragons. Is this something that a whiskey geared towards Dungeons and Dragons? Is this
What
something
game are
that
you
interests
playing? I'm sorry, he's busy playing League of Legends, so he's not available to discuss Dungeons and
Oh,
Dragons
he's
with
busy
us at the
He's-
moment.
Oh,
It's his
of
busy
course.
time. You know, it's my busy time.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. So he did not know about this before I brought it up, and
Okay.
before the podcast, and asked him about it. So he plays Dungeons and Dragons each Friday or Saturday night with some friends online,
Uh-huh.
which I try my very best
Right.
to not make fun of him for. And then he listens to Critical Role, which that's legitimate. So Critical Role, they play Dungeons and Dragons, but it's voice actors, and they now have several seasons of it, and it's become this like commercial production they put on, and it's legitimately entertaining and impressive. Like I can listen into
What
it,
is
and
it?
I find it like
It's
entertaining.
like a show?
Yeah.
Is it like a Twitch?
It's a podcast, but they also do video. So you can go watch them on YouTube, but you can also just listen to the podcast.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
John is so much into their podcast that like his next tattoo is going to be Critical Role themed. So like that's
of
how much
course.
like he's into their like podcast, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons based, but I legitimately agree that they do a fantastic job with it, because he listens to hundreds of hours of this, and it'll just be occasionally that I'll listen to a little bit of it, and I'm like, that's entertaining. Like that's good. Like I know
Right.
nothing about Dungeons and Dragons. I know nothing about any of this, and I agree like that's good quality entertaining stuff. So I agree like within the Dungeons and Dragons world, there is a huge market that could be tapped for this because of Critical Role. I don't know if Matthew Lillard is going to make it there, but I would love it if he could.
Is he known as like a big Dungeons and Dragon player?
He
no
actually
idea.
started a game company, like a board game company.
Well, that's cool.
Okay. Do you feel like one of the things might be good? And again, John's pretty squared away. He has a pretty normal life. But most of the people that play Dungeons and Dragons, like some tips on how to kiss a woman might be good on the back, or
That was a very kind statement for John. But
Hey,
So
how to-
what I've
how to
learned
snap
from
a bra.
Small Hands,
Step abroad would be a great tip on the back of the Dungeons and Dragon bottle.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I feel like it has
Hey.
become more mainstream in just the last few years. I think especially with COVID and everything being getting. But yes, I completely agree.
she's just trying to make
Move
her
out of your
boyfriend
mom's
look
basement.
cool.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What I've learned from Small Hands Darren, though, is that when I was in college, it was all the boys who played Dungeons and Dragons. But now I've learned from Small Hands Darren that it's the girls that are into the D&D.
Yeah. There's never been a
Are
girl in
they?
any of his games that he
Are
plays,
they?
I've noticed. Yeah. There's not. No.
Yeah, there are. Like,
I heard over in
they're
Oklahoma, a female once played Dungeons and Dragons. Did you guys hear about this? It was pretty cool. Pretty
They're,
cool.
I say incredible.
Just think if
they
a
got-
girl came to our game. Now, how cool would that be? That would be awesome, guys.
Is that your Darren impression?
That's my Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Darren's right there with him, I guess, when he's in that mode for sure. Yeah.
Listen, if it sells bourbon, good on them.
I say
Yeah,
I love Matthew Lillard. Like the movies
He's a
he's
good
been
guy.
in.
Me too. I love
Like
him.
I've always loved him, and the
He
movies he's
seems
been
like
in.
a normal celebrity, unlike most of them.
Right.
that are
He does.
tools. He seems
He
like
seems
a
like a
normal
cool
Totally agree.
guy.
guy. Yeah.
I like
I
Matthew
always, I always
Lillard.
thought he was kind of like dumb and stoned.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
a character.
a little bit,
Acts
but
like he's if you watch SLC Punk, that one's an interesting one with Matthew Lillard. Excuse me, I can never say his last name. But he's just a punk rocker, and that one is a very interesting. That was my first introduction to him, was with that movie.
Yeah.
Royce,
Royce,
it's a different
I got
one.
a question for Royce. Royce, you know the Blue Run guys, because this is where they partnered with Blue Run for this deal.
All right.
I assume they know Matthew Lillard because they're kind of, they have Hollywood connections, don't they? So
They do. Yes, they sure do.
I assume that's how you get to know someone like Matthew. Maybe he's like, I'm thinking about doing this, and they're like, come with us. Is that safe to just guess again? I know you don't have any inside information here, but
that's what I would guess, buddy. They've definitely got like a home base there. One or two of the guys is in LA,
right?
So and in the movie and TV business.
Yeah. Yeah, so it makes sense that that'd be the company he chooses. I don't think most of the audience knows that they have those connections. I mean, you think about them, you think of, Google employees and Nike, but there's also some movie connections there as well. So that's how that relationship
explains all the
comes.
money they're putting into building that distillery.
Oh, yeah?
Well, and now Coors. So. And
Coors money. They got the Coors money. So
yeah, Coors doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Coors money doesn't hurt for sure. So, yeah. So, it's interesting. We'll see what happens with this. Is it going to be a thing or not? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if they listen to this show, I know Royce and I threw out a couple great ideas for them, and we'll see if they run with it. We've thrown them out into the ether now, and if they utilize them, they do, and we'll see what happens. So there you go.
It's the dangerous proof for Beka. It's at 100. So...
That's at 100.
Danger.
Becca doesn't like the 100 proof. She likes either the 80 or cast strength. Yeah, because she can plan. Either of those two, she can plan. 100 is a wild card.
Those are planning proofs.
Right. Yeah, 100's a wild card.
Is danger. Yeah. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Danger. So there you go. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me getting no help from the boyfriend literally across the side of the basement who knows about Dungeons and Dragons. And also over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Kathy.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
Royce.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Neely Family Distillery, at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. ABV Barrel Shop, the home of single barrels. No other place like it in the world. We are in St. Louis, Missouri. We'd love to have you stop in at a minimum. Sign up for our email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartists will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.